My name's Laurel. I'm a certified nutritionist, a nutrition coach. I do one-to-one coaching and help you eat better so you can feel better. Today, I'm going to talk about 6 tips for weight loss. Tip number 1, know your why for losing weight. Weight loss is not going to make you happier. I promise it won't make you happier. The number on the scale does not determine your worth. It's just a number on the scale. You are not broken. We're not going to fix you by losing weight. Know that you're valuable and you are worthy, and your weight is just one little part of you. It does not define you and does not make you who you are. Tip number 2, know that you're on a journey. You're not on the wagon or off the wagon. You're not going to tell me at the end of the weekend that you fell off the wagon. We're not going to be all perfect and that there's this perfect path. Know that you need to set smaller goals, and we're just going to stay in this journey. We're not on it or off of it. It's just the way it is. And if you can wrap your mind around that, that will help you. It will help you get rid of the all or nothing mindset. That all or nothing mindset is just it's going to kind of mess with your head. Tip number 2, know that you're on a journey. You're not on the wagon or off the wagon. You're not going to tell me at the end of the weekend that you fell off the wagon. We're not going to be all perfect and that there's this perfect path. Know that you need to set smaller goals, and we're just going to stay in this journey. We're not on it or off of it. It's just the way it is. And if you can wrap your mind around that, that will help you. It will help you get rid of the all or nothing mindset. That all or nothing mindset is just it's going to kind of mess with your head. So there's no wagon. Okay, so there's no wagon. This is a journey. We're just going to continue and keep going and keep going. Number 3, we need to get out of the scarcity mindset, the restriction mindset. Instead of thinking, I can't have this, I can't have that, we look at what we can have and we try to find ways to make it enjoyable. The more enjoyable you can make this journey, the longer you'll probably stay with it, the more sustainable it will be. So instead of saying, I can't have French fries, I like to think, what new fruit or vegetable have I not tried? Is there a new way to cook it that I'm going to like? And try to think of all the new ways and the cool things that you're going to do, not just what you can't have. Along with that, words matter. So quit telling yourself, I can't, and start saying, I don't have this. I choose not to have this. This gives you more power and puts everything in your control. I can't just makes you powerless. Tip number 4, I've heard called the crowd out technique. Too many times we go into this weight loss goal and we're going to hit our steps. We're going to hit our protein. We're going to hit our calorie goal. We're going to hit a fiber goal. We're going to work out 6 times a week. We are going to do all these things, drink our water. And that's a lot. So I suggest you start with 1 step. Let's start with water. And then get used to that and be really good at that for 2 weeks. And then we add on to that. Then we start tracking our steps, so to say. And we track them and we walk and we walk and we walk. And sometimes when we're focusing on like the water or the steps, we crowd out other things. We're not watching Netflix as much because now we're going for walks. We are not drinking as much of our sodas because we're drinking water. And the amount of water we are drinking crowds out that other things. So we start filling in our lives with these healthy habits, but just in little small increments. And then as you do that, they will crowd out the unhealthy habits, the habits that you want to get rid of. Tip number 5 is we need to focus on our actions and our commitments and not necessarily our results. So if you're going to give yourself little rewards in your weight loss, which I do, let's reward ourselves for showing up. Let's reward ourselves for putting in the effort. We can't control the scale, and the scale, it breaks a lot of people's hearts, honestly. I know when you're trying to lose weight, you're like, that's crazy. I want the scale to go down. You don't have ultimate control over that. So you're going to focus on what you do have control over. You have control over what you put in your mouth. You have control over prepping vegetables and prepping protein and making sure all those happen, all the steps. Focus on those steps. The results will come. I promise they are. The results will come. I promise they'll come. But focus on your actions, and then the results are a byproduct. Tip number 6 in your weight loss journey, we're going to get really reflective, get really curious, and not rejective. We're not going to shame ourselves. We're not going to guilt ourselves. We're not going to say, I was bad this weekend. Instead, we're going to get curious about it. I wonder why I ate the foods I did. I wonder why I couldn't stick to my commitments. I just really think there's not very many good results that come from shaming. And when we shame ourselves and we come from a place of, I'm doing a bad job, guess what? Our mind starts to look for reasons why you're doing a bad job, and then it believes it. So instead of shaming ourselves, let's just get really curious. Sometimes having someone to talk to, an accountability, a coach, a husband, a support system helps you get curious about that. But let's not shame ourselves. It's just not going to work. All right. I hope that as you are on this weight loss journey, those 6 tips help you. You can do it. It's going to take a while. Patience is a virtue, right? My name's Laurel. Make sure to like and subscribe.